Hi, I'm Dr. Toby Watkinson. I think all of us are aware today that we are being bombarded with our own technology, electromagnetics, radio frequencies, Wi-Fi, whatever. It's affecting a lot of us who don't have other challenges. A large part of my population in my practice has other challenges. They're developmentally disabled, they have autism, they have learning disabilities, they have behavioral issues. And these people are even more sensitive to these. I mean, I have a report here that's several hundred pages, recently out by the Bioengineering Department of University of Washington. And they're talking about the measured effects that they have found with normal adults and normal children. And I really believe that the issue here with developmentally disabled children, autistic children, learning disabled children, so forth, that they are actually much more sensitive to these technologies than even you or I have experienced. And in adults, room-to-room memory, sleep problems, nervousness, agitation, so forth. And just magnify those effects with these young people who are autistic, are developmentally disabled, and the brain difficulties of carrying a signal from point A to point B in an autistic brain or a developmentally disabled brain is difficult at best. And then when you add the forces of the electronics to that, it makes things even worse. And it's not only just our technology environment, but it is CMEs, the coronal mass ejections from the sun that bathe the earth with electromagnetic frequencies and radiations and so forth, all of which parents of autistic kids report back to me that, boy, I'm glad you told me one of those was coming along because my son or my daughter really had negative effects to it. Well, recently I was at a meeting and met a doctor from another country, and he said, what do you think of this little device? And he passed one of these little things, and I started calling it the Domino. And I said, well, what's it do? He said, well, it's for blocking or reducing the effects of radio frequencies, electromagnetics, and so forth. And I said, well, let me test one. And many of you who already know me know I have some methods to do this. And I found it was extremely effective. And so he gave me some, and we were at a hotel out of town. It's a hotel I go to frequently. And I never can sleep in this hotel, and that is because they have Wi-Fi in the sleep space. But that's where the seminar is, and I go there and I suffer through. And it takes me days to overcome the effects of it when I'm done. But I took one back to my room and put it in bed with me, and I wasn't quite sure where to put it in bed with me, but I put it in bed with me. And and I was trying to go to sleep, and I found that if I took it and I put it on my pillow behind my head, voila, every night while I was at the hotel I slept, and I slept like a baby. So I then took it home and I started playing with it with my family and my grandchildren, and my daughter just moved into a new home, and that home had some electronic problems that needed to be worked out, and we hired an engineer to do that. But in the interim, my 17-month-old grandson would not give this up. He went down for his naps appropriately, woke up in a great mood the entire time he had it, and up to that point he was not doing well with it. He was not sleeping, he didn't like the new house, he was having tantrums, but when he got the smaller one, there's a small one that we use with children called the Domino, he started sleeping through the night. And I then started testing it with other people, some of my developmentally disabled autistic children and so forth, and everybody was seeing a wonderful positive effect from it. And they're inexpensive, and that's I think most important. The children's ones are $40, the adults are $60, and but we've really found that it's an amazing thing. There's no metal in it, it doesn't imprint, and it has an effectiveness that we're actually using in our office, where we moved into a new office and we have not painted with the Wi-Fi blocking paint, and so we've actually got one in each room, and all the staff is reporting that they have better energy, their moods are better, their memories are better, they're not having to recover from a day of exposure. And we're soon to paint our office, or we're going to be moving to a neighboring office and paint it first before we move in. But for those of you who come to see me, we're making it as safe as my last office. But in any event, if you're interested in this, click on the link below. Go to our website. You can take a look at these, read a little bit more about it, and see if it's of interest to you. And thank you very much.